Are you at a place where you are ready to scale your business with systems? First of all, congratulations. Second of all, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that with SOPs or standard operating procedures in this video. Hey, my name is Abby Ashley. I'm the founder of the Virtual Savvy, and we teach people how to launch, grow, and scale their own at-home businesses. Now, as our students start to build their businesses bigger and bigger, they start to see the need for advanced systems. And here's the thing, standard operating procedures are one of the best ways to do that. So we're gonna talk about that in this video here today. Hey, if you haven't though, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel because I'm talking all things organization, marketing, at-home business building on my channel. So make sure you are subscribed and you can click the bell to be notified every time I go live with a new video. You down with SOPs? Yeah, you know me. You down with SOPs? Yeah, you know me. I'm down with SOPs. One of the best ways that you can scale your business is to start creating systems. Why are systems important? Well, systems basically indicate that you have a repeatable process inside of your business. So if you're posting to social media daily and you start keeping an SOP or a standard operating procedure of how you actually post, what happens? It becomes a repeatable process, and that repeatable process can be handed off to someone else. And so really creating systems and creating SOPs is the first step to starting to scale your business, because once you have systems, once you have procedures, once you have SOPs, you're able to start handing tasks off to other people, which takes things off of your plate, frees you up to be the CEO of your own business. So when people ask me, Abby, what are the steps to scaling my business? I already have good clients coming in. I have some good money. What is that next step to scale? My answer is always systems. And so we're gonna start learning how to create systems. And in this video in particular, I'm gonna point out why SOPs are so important and some steps that you can take to start implementing standard operating procedures in your business. Here's the reality. You already have systems in your business. Now, whether you've actually put pen to paper to write them down or not is another story, but you already have a standard way in which you operate your business. You probably have a standard way on which you onboard new clients, a standard way of that you've been going about marketing, a standard way on how you actually complete the tasks for the client that you are working with, a standard way that you invoice, right? So you already have standard operating procedures. It's just a matter of actually documenting them so that they're in a way that somebody else could read, understand, and implement. So let's talk about some of the tools that you can use to start documenting those SOPs, right? Because that is the first step. And let me say first, yes, this takes time. And in the beginning, it feels like, why am I going through all this time and effort? It seems really, really monotonous, a little mundane, but I promise it is so, so beneficial. So the best thing that you can do is to pace it out. You can pace out, okay, I'm gonna, write down all the SOPs you wanna make and then split it apart over the next 3 months. I'm gonna record these, 1 or 2 each week. That way, even though it's a little bit tedious and a little bit boring, you can actually get it all done. So, tools. Let's go through the tools that you can use to start that documentation process. Number one is Google Docs. You likely already have a Google account, and so you can literally just start creating a list of all of the standard operating procedures that you want to document in your business. Which ones do you start with first? I would recommend starting with the ones that you would think you would hand off easiest. So if you're really, really antsy to hand off your social media scheduling, or if you're really, really antsy to hand off some of your marketing tasks, those would be the things that you would start with, right? So make a list inside of Google Docs, and you can actually keep your SOPs inside of just a giant Google Docs with lots of bookmarks in it saying, hey, if you want to do this, here are the links to the SOPs for it. Another way that you could keep track would be inside of Trello. So if you're already a Trello user, then this can be a really, really great way to keep your SOPs organized. You can literally have an entire board just titled SOPs, and every single card inside of that board would be a different standard operating procedure that you've documented. Maybe you're a ClickUp user. I know that we here at the Virtual Savvy keep all of our SOPs inside of ClickUp. And so we literally have checklists for every single thing that we do that we can go back to. And if we're training a new employee, we already have a way that they can see this is the way that the task is done. I'll say with any of these tools, the fact that they're digital is so nice because you can go in and you can change them, right? It's so much easier to change an SOP that already exists than to write one from scratch. So know that when you're doing all of this work, you're doing it for iterations to come, that you can just tweak instead of having to start from scratch if you change your procedures in the future. Now, one of my favorite tools for creating SOPs is Loom. If you guys aren't Loom users, you should be. It's just a desktop screen recording tool. Now, why do I love Loom so much? Is because it makes creating your SOPs even that much more simple. Rather than actually having to write out step by step exactly what you do, you could literally just record a video, right? And then you could go back through the video and write out the steps afterwards if you want to go that extra mile. But literally just recording yourself doing the task that you want to create into an SOP is such a valuable tool for people who may be doing it in the future. So use Loom, create those videos, and then you can put those videos into your Google Doc, into ClickUp, into Trello, whatever project management tool that you use, wherever you're gonna house those SOPs, you can do that. But Loom video is just a really, really great way to document what you're already doing. Do you already have documented SOPs inside of your business? Let me know in the comments below. All right, before we wrap up this video, let me give you 5 quick tips. This is my 5-step system for creating SOPs in your business. Number 1, you wanna automate as much as you can. So using tools is one of the best ways to automate whatever you can. If there's already a system that you have in place that you're doing really, really manually, now might be the time as you're starting to document to see if there's any tools that you could use to assist you. For example, if you've been sending manual invoices and manual reminders for invoices, it might be worth it to set up some kind of a payment system like using Wave apps. That's a great tool that you can implement to automate some of your systems and to put that into your new SOPs. Step number 2, start with the tasks that are the easiest to delegate to someone else. Why do we want to start with that? Because these are the tasks that hopefully you will be delegating to another person. You want to start with those tasks because, again, what's the whole point of SOPs? Is that you can scale. Scaling comes from bringing more people on so you have more time to do the things that are just CEO level tasks. So you want to delegate the things that aren't CEO level tasks, which are probably some of those quick, mundane, easy to do things that are just repeatable that you can hire somebody else in your business to do. So start with the things that are most easy to delegate. Number 3 is to keep your SOP updated. Now this one is really, really important. I don't want you to put in all this work to create these SOPs, 2 or 3 months potentially to create them, only to have them be completely outdated a year or 2 later. So what you're gonna wanna do once those SOPs are created, you're gonna wanna have a quarterly review. So every single quarter, just put it on your calendar. It can be about a 2-hour time slot that you put just on repeat. And what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna walk through those videos and see if anything has changed. If anything has changed, you can just document it. You can record a new Loom video at that time if you want, but you're gonna wanna make sure that these are updated. If not, there's really no point of having them. Step number 4 is to analyze the effectiveness of your system. Whenever you're doing that quarterly review, you're not looking for ways that things have changed, but this is also an opportunity that you can look for areas of improvement. Are there things that you could automate? Could you be adding anything to the way that you're already operating that would boost even more what you've been doing? For instance, let's say that you've had a Pinterest strategy and you've been using the same Pinterest strategy for years and years and years, but now you know that video is a huge element of Pinterest. Well, maybe you still do the strategies in your SOP, but you add another level and start to include video and you add that into the way you do things, your SOP, right? So you want to take that quarterly review to also be reviewing, hey, is this not only a good documented strategy, but is this the best strategy for this time in my business? And step number 5 is to involve your team. Now, some of us don't have teams yet, and that's okay, but I highly encourage you, once you have a team, it should actually be your team that is reviewing and updating these processes. So let's say that you have a SOP that you have created, but then you've handed that task onto somebody else. It should actually be that individual that is keeping the SOP updated. They may have better ideas. Yes, it's true. The people we hire could have better ideas than us. They could have better processes. They could have thought of a new system or a new tool. And really, it's going to be the most benefit to them for them to update the system because they're the one that's going to be using that SOP the most. So involve your team. It's really going to help you out as you're creating these SOPs. All right, that's all I have for you today. What is your next step? For most of us, we're going to find a tool to start using for SOPs. We're going to write out the SOPs that we need to create, and we're going to create a schedule to start actually recording them. Is that something you're going to do? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you are a virtual assistant or a service-based freelancer that's looking to scale your business, I have something for you. We have a program called the Savvy Circle, and it is a tight-knit community of people already hitting amazing numbers in their business, but wanting to take it even to the next level. So if you already have clients in your virtual assistant or service-based business, but you want to take it even further, you need to check out thesavvycircle.com. We've got an amazing group coaching program that I think you're gonna love. All right, and you know what we do here at the Virtual Savvy? We beatbox it out. You know what SOPs? Yeah, Abby! SOPs. SOPs.